Twins from the same womb, same school all their life, same class. One graduates with a first class and the other with a pass. The one with a first class is a protocol officer to a House of Assembly member in Lagos State, while the one who graduates with a pass is the deputy managing director of a bank. This life, no balance. They have been married for 15 years and he has had multiple relationships with other women from the first day of their marriage. In a moment of weakness, she allowed her colleague kiss her and she confesses to her husband. She's out on the street now with her 3 kids. This life, no balance. They are both farmers planting corn on the same soil, less than 200 meters apart. One has a bountiful yield while the other's corn is blighted by a disease. This life, no balance. She has been a dutiful model daughter who did everything right. She's 39 years old and not yet married, while her neighbor, who was known as a neighborhood prostitute, is married with 2 kids. This life, no balance. Both were employed as sales reps on the same day, same training, same support, same marketing materials, but only one is making sales and getting promoted. This life, no balance. They married on the same day, got pregnant within the same month, saw the same doctor, but only one of the women successfully delivered her child. This life, no balance. The headsmen have been killing, raping, plundering, and kidnapping them for years. Then one day they decide to speak up and rally their community to protect themselves from the murderers. The police arrest them for protecting their families. This life, no balance. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord has respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted, and if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. 2 brothers, same labor, same intention to worship God with their sacrifice, but only one sacrifice was deemed worthy. It don't take when this life no balance. This life no balance means this life is not fair. It is now a popular lingo in our culture as we compare pain, struggles, achievements. How can we explain or rationalize output against input? Many Bible scholars have theorized God's reason for preferring Abel's sacrifice over Cain's. Some say Cain's sacrifice was poor. Others say his attitude was bad. Many say God would only accept a blood sacrifice. And there are still those who believe it is God's sovereign right and choice, which shouldn't be questioned. How do we explain the outcome of football matches? How do you explain Liverpool, Arsenal, or Man U? Is it the best team that wins, or is it God's sovereign choice? If we assume all that happens in life is as designed or destined by God, then is it right to say this life is not balanced? That's what we're really saying when we say this life no balance. We're saying God's sovereign choice or decision is not fair, sometimes or all the time. When you hear of a family that has people who have suffered cancer, mental illness, diabetes, stroke, etc., from generation to generation, you might be tempted to think that God's sovereign choice is not balanced. Let us look at this another way. What if the imbalance we see in life is there because someone is not doing what they are supposed to do? The race car will only perform optimally if all the component parts are working efficiently. The human body is healthy when all the parts are working well. All the organs are interdependent. Society works well when we understand that we are tied together. When we say this life no balance, we say it from a point of comparison. We compare 2 similar situations, people, issues, things, and we determine that life is not balanced because they are not the same. This perfect God created different seasons, climates, and time zones so that everyone is experiencing something different at some point or the other. When the man in Australia is experiencing his night, I'm experiencing my morning. His morning is sure to come, and so is my night. Everyone has their race, lane, or obstacle course, and God is the umpire who sets the race of life. You need to focus on the giver of life to help you navigate your lane. Life will be balanced if we all run our race. How? When you have gone through a season of lack, it should teach you how to give to those who are in their season of lack. When you have gone through pain, it should teach you how to comfort those who are in their season of pain. When you have experienced heartbreak, it should teach you how to mend a broken heart. When you have experienced sickness, it should teach you how to nurse those who are sick. These seasons will always come and go. There's no season that is permanent. This is what God tried to tell Cain. In this season that I have not respected your offering, be careful about your attitude, because the devil seeks to destroy people in their low seasons. If you fail a test, write it again. If your brother is sick, nurse him, because tomorrow the skills you use to nurse your brother will come in handy to nurse your child. God said to Cain, try and try until you pass this test. You must rule over the devil. What did Cain do? He compared his situation with that of Abel and said, this life, no balance, and killed Abel. He failed the test. Generations of a family write the same test of life, be it sickness, poverty, stubbornness, adultery, etc., until they pass that test. Guess what though? Immediately you pass a test, there's another test waiting for you. What we fail to realize is that my test in sickness is your test in compassion. My test in lack is your test in generosity. My test in marriage is your test in wise counsel. This is how God balanced life. God bless you all.